It's the moving sound of a melody like this that is most often associated with Steinway & Sons. For more than a century, the famed piano manufacturer has been a New York success story, noted for being at the fingertips of world-class musicians. Steinway sales associate and pianist Erica van der Linde Feidner says she knows why.
It has a beautiful sustain, sings for a long, long time, a lot of dynamic range and a lot of color, and whatever you tell it to do, it'll do it for you and sometimes more. There's just nothing like it.
The palatial New York City store, Steinway Hall, serves as an appropriate backdrop for the pricey pianos. But each handcrafted piece, which usually takes a year to make, comes from more humble beginnings here at the Queens factory. Foreman Ralph D'Olivia is in charge of the first step, bending sheets of aged wood, which must be at the right humidity and temperature to create the rim of the piano.
We have a team of 6 people. They all train to do this particular job. They have to work fast because we work with glue, and the glue sets very fast.
The process is very similar to the one used by founder Heinrich Engelhard Steinweg. The German immigrant who changed his name to Steinway to sound more American made technical breakthroughs in the industry that are still utilized today. Employee Paul Campbell installs dampers, which mute the strings after a note is played.
It takes a lot of concentration. This is one of the more meticulous jobs on the piano. A lot of patience also, but it's very rewarding.
Making each piano, whether it's an upright grand or baby grand, takes much individual attention. The process is labor-intensive. 12,000 parts go into every instrument, but Steinway workers clearly have it down to a rhythm. In fact, the former family-owned business recently went public under its parent company, Steinway Musical Instruments. Bob Dove is the executive vice president of one of its subsidiaries.
We're right on target. We had a great year. I think all the analysts already know that from the first 3 quarters that we did very, very well, and we certainly aren't going to disappoint them.
Steinway pianos range in price from $13,000 to more than $83,000. This one here goes for $33,000. And while limited editions can top 6 figures, the director of the showroom here at Steinway Hall says it can pay off for customers in the long run.
The investment value of Steinway is excellent. Within the last 10 years, they've about doubled in price.
But for others, it's not about the money, just the magic. 67-year-old John Bogle is at the top of his game, not in his favorite squash, but as a master of the mutual fund universe. Bogle didn't get to this point playing by the rules. Instead, he made his own.
Do it right. Don't compromise. Do it your way. Do it the way that's best for the people you're trying to serve, and I really believe that very, very strongly.
Bogle's beliefs were formed during his childhood in North Jersey, just after the Great Depression, a time when his once affluent family faced financial difficulty.
I had 2 brothers that grew up with me, a twin and an older brother, and we were always taught kind of the straight and narrow, the conventional, the quote old-time religion, if you will.
Bogle attended Princeton University on a scholarship, where as an economics major, he wrote his college thesis in 1951 on a then little-known topic, mutual funds. Already, John Bogle was a visionary.
I thought the industry could be improved. I thought it could reduce costs so the investor got a better break.
That sentiment would set the tone for his entire career, costing him a job, but gaining him a legacy.
I got fired from Wellington Management Company. And if I hadn't gotten fired from Wellington Management Company, there wouldn't be any Vanguard.
In 1974, Bogle founded the Vanguard Group here in Malvern, Pennsylvania, to provide mutual funds with top service and no-load distribution. The first project, establishing an index fund, which reflects the stock market as opposed to trying to beat it. This is done without a costly management team. Indexing is also touted in his successful 1993 investment book, Bogle on Mutual Funds.
People are in this business too much, I think, to see how much they can make for the managers without focusing as a much higher priority how much they can make for the stockholders of the funds.
Today, 5,000 employees work at the Vanguard campus. Bogle calls them crew members, basing the company's ship theme on Lord Horatio Nelson's successful 1798 battle on the HMS Vanguard. Now, though, this financial vessel has over 90 mutual fund portfolios with $250 billion in assets. But Bogle faced some personal obstacles along the way, a heart condition that developed at the age of just 31.
I have cardiac arrest, 5 of them, where people have had to rouse me. And The culmination of all this, of course, was one of the most wonderful things that could possibly happen to a human being, and that is to receive a heart from another human being.
Surrounded by pictures of his wife, 6 children, and 12 grandchildren, Bogle, who last year stepped down as CEO, is an active chairman, but now an equally active family leader.
I think the hard thing about my life really has been I probably spent too much emphasis in career and not enough in family. And you don't just make up for that overnight.
As for his many accomplishments, Bogle takes stock in the old cliche that success is a journey, not a destination.
Everybody has the bumps along the way, and it's not that you have the bumps, but how you handle them when you get them.